Vaccine should be made available with immediate effects in Nigeria, Obasanjo proclaimed. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has joined about 140 current and ex-presidents across the world in calling for a people's vaccine against COVID-19. They signed a petition on Thursday which they urged all governments to push for a free COVID-19 vaccine for all when developed. Obasanjo, who led Nigeria as a civilian head of state between 1999 and 2007, is a member of the Champion for an AIDS-free generation, NAN reports. In the petition, the leaders are demanding that when a COVID-19 vaccine is developed, it should be made available free of charge to all. Obasanjo actually joins world leaders to demand for people's vaccine. Actually, leadership is both a research area and a practical skill encompassing the ability of an individual or organization to lead or guide other individuals, teams, or entire organizations. Specialist literature debates various viewpoints, contrasting Eastern and Western approaches to leadership, and also within the West. United States versus European approaches. US academic environments define leadership as a process of social influence in which a person can enlist the aid and support of others in the accomplishment of a common task. Studies of leadership have produced theories involving traits, situational interactions, function, behavior, power, vision, and values, charisma, and intelligence, among others. In the past, some researchers have argued that the actual influence of leaders on organizational outcomes is overrated and romanticized as a result of biased attributions about leaders. Meidu and Elik, 1987. Despite these assertions, however, it is largely recognized and accepted by practitioners and researchers that leadership is important, and research supports the notion that leaders do contribute to key organizational outcomes. Day and Lord, 1988, Geisa, Hogan, and Craig, 2008. To facilitate successful performance, it is important to understand and accurately measure leadership performance. Job performance generally refers to behavior that is expected to contribute to organizational success. Campbell, 1990. Campbell identified a number of specific types of performance dimensions. Leadership was one of the dimensions that he identified. There is no constant overall definition of leadership performance. Many distinct conceptualizations are often lumped together under the umbrella of leadership performance, including outcomes such as leader effectiveness, leader advancement, and leader emergence. For instance, Leadership performance may refer to the career success of the individual leader, performance of the group or organization, or even leader emergence. Each of these measures can be considered conceptually distinct. While these aspects may be related, their different outcomes and their inclusions should depend on the applied or research focus. Thank you for listening to this news. Well, viewers, I will commend the positive move of Olusegun Obasanjo. You see, this is what uh, the president Muhammad Buhari supposed to do. I don't know why this man just just chose to remain mute. Why uh, leaders, the Nigerian leaders, and other Nigerians keep helping him to carry out his duties. Does it mean that he doesn't know his responsibility as a president? Is it that he only put or carry corruption responsibility on his head and put aside every other responsibility? Or has he forgotten the period we are and what is actually eating the country? This is what President Buhari is supposed to do. Meeting world leaders to see how to help come up with a vaccine that will help fight this virus instead of uh, waiting and requesting for international vaccine that you don't know how they came about. You can imagine. This is a positive opinion from our former president. It's our time we start believing in our own made vaccine, our own made goods. Is he not the one that said that his administration is going to encourage homemade products? Is this not another typical example of that? You see, this man's administration this does not practice what it preach. It's just an administration that says and don't do what they say, and it gives me a lot of concern and worry. I'm totally disappointed in this administration and its failure. This administration has failed a lot of Nigerians. In fact, Nigerians in the international world, they are thanking their God that they are not in this country because of the failure this country has caused. This has cost them. You see, this is what he's supposed to be doing. Instead, he's leaving it for other Nigerians to do for him. He's totally out of it. I'm not happy with that. The president, Muhammad Buhari, I would say that he's supposed to take a bold step in doing what he feels that is right. So many things has happened in the past, yet he refused to he refused to change, you know. So my viewers, I don't know if what the former president Olusegun Obasanjo has said is in line with your own ideology. If it's a lie, kindly borrow your voice to this issue. Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on